With the summer movie season approaching, I thought I would go ahead and give my top 10 most anticipated movies coming out during the summer movie season. For those of you who don't know, the summer movie season is from May to August, so those are the only films I'm allowed to include on this list. Before I get into my real list, I'm going to quickly give 2 honorable mentions. First one is Megan 2.0. The first Megan was a really big surprise to me, and it ended up becoming kind of an icon. This one's kind of going away from the horror and going more toward action. The first trailer that was put out a few days ago surprisingly gave me Terminator 2 vibes, and as long as they keep this bonkers and crazy, I'm all for it. And my second honorable mention is going to Guy Ritchie's new film, Fountain of Youth. This is a new Apple TV film that stars John Krasinski and Natalie Portman. It looks like just a really fun family adventure film. Last thing I want to say is that I'm not going to include the new Knives Out because it does not have an official release date yet, but if it did, I would definitely include it on this list. Alright, so on to the actual list. At number 10, I've got the new Naked Gun film. I have not watched the original Naked Gun movies yet, but the trailer for this got me super hyped. Liam Neeson doing a comedy film is always such a nice treat. If it wasn't for the fact that I haven't seen the other movies in this franchise, this would probably be a bit higher. Up next, I have Fight or Flight. I only just discovered this movie existed a couple days ago, and I'm already super hyped for it. It's from the producers of John Wick, and it stars Josh Hartnett on an airplane battling assassins. Mid-budget action films are always some of my favorite to watch in theaters, and this one looks like an absolute blast. The Phoenician Scheme is the newest film from Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson is one of the most unique and talented directors working today. Almost all of the films that I've seen by him have been masterpieces, and this one looks to be no exception. I think this film's going to be having a lot of nominations at next year's Oscars. Next up, I have the John Wick spinoff titled Ballerina. It stars Ana de Armas and Norman Reedus, and it's the first movie in the John Wick universe that doesn't star Keanu Reeves, although he will show up at some point in this movie. I adore all 4 of the John Wick films, and I'm very curious to see if they can make this franchise work without Keanu Reeves as the star. At number 6, I have the live-action How to Train Your Dragon. Although live-action remakes are very hit or miss, this one is going to be an absolute blast, I can already tell. The original How to Train Your Dragon is a childhood favorite of mine, and although this might just be a shot-for-shot remake, I know I'm still going to have a fun, nostalgic watch with this. Also, the fact that the early reviews for this have been mostly positive, I'm all ready for this. Bringing us into the top 5, I have F1. First of all, it's from the director of Top Gun Maverick, which is one of the greatest legacy sequels ever made. Number 2, it stars Brad Pitt, who, behind Chris Pratt, is my favorite actor. I think this one has the potential to make some good money at the box office and be one of the summer's greatest hits. At number 4, I have James Gunn's Superman. James Gunn is such a talented and amazing director. The work he's done on the Guardians of the Galaxy films, on Peacemaker, The Suicide Squad, there's not really another director that really is able to do what he does for the superhero genre. And now that the DCEU has come to an end and we're getting this brand new DC Cinematic Universe, I think this movie is going to connect with a lot of people and really prove that Marvel isn't the only superhero franchise that can make a good movie. Jurassic World Rebirth. Although Jurassic World Dominion didn't really end the franchise on a high note, I think Jurassic World Rebirth has massive potential. For starters, it's being directed by the same director of Rogue One. It stars Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali. And with the vibes I was getting from the trailer, this very well may be the best Jurassic movie since the original. For my runner-up, I've got Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. If I were to make this list a week ago, this would have been my number 1, but it has since fallen, and I will explain why when I get to number 1. But this has the potential to be one of, if not Marvel's best film since Endgame, that doesn't rely heavily on nostalgia. It's basically Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad, and it follows a lot of the best side characters from the last 2 phases of the MCU. The Thunderbolts is not really a team that is known to the general audience, but once people see this movie, their status is going to rise substantially. But coming in at number 1, I have Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. In my opinion, Mission Impossible is the best action franchise out there. Although some of the films are a little bit weaker than others, I think all of them so far have been very enjoyable. And with this potentially being the last Mission Impossible film, I think it's going to do very well at the box office. And the sole reason this has passed Thunderbolts as my most anticipated film of the summer is because of that official trailer that just got put out a couple days ago. Oh my god, that was beautiful. And I think this movie is going to be a wonderful send-off to this franchise, to these characters. I am so ready for this movie, and I cannot wait. Let me know which films you're most excited to check out this summer.